Hey, welcome to another episode of The Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. Before we get into the segment, by the end of this video, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please do. If you don't like it, hit unlike. It's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Sometimes, as Jimmy Dole would say, you find yourself unsubscribed and you need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell right next to it so you can be notified when a new video is being dropped. Whoop, there it is. And more importantly, the super chat will be on for this segment. So if you want to donate toward the efforts of Bob TV, that's freely up to you. Any amount will help toward the growth of this channel. My name is Robert Brown with The Rob Report. Let's get into it. Well, good day. Welcome to another episode of The Rob Report. I'm your humble host, Robert Bob TV Brown. How you doing today? I got to get my framing right on the, Well, as today, giving you a little update on the stimulus package. I don't see where we're going wrong on the stimulus package. I mean, first of all, Nancy Pelosi loved to talk about how much a great negotiator she is, and she flopped that mess up. I did videos on it over and over again. You know, we're going to get a retroactive. You're going to get a retroactive, meaning if I was unemployed and from now to the time that the payment stopped, that extra payment going to come in one big lump sum. You said retroactive, okay? All right, retroactive means you're going to give us back pay. You're going to give us back pay. Because some us unemployed people was on unemployment, and, you know, we don't get that much unemployment. It's usually half of what you made on your job. Unlike other countries who give you 75% to 80% of what you made on your job, which don't require an a bonus. We get our bonus. Trump offered $300 and he asked the states to chip in $100. The states want to be greedy to not chip in the $100, which negate the $300. So Trump was wrong on the $300, and the states was wrong. And most states, like my states, the people never got the $400 that Trump did an executive order on. That's right, Trump did an executive order of $400, $300 coming out of FEMA, and $100 coming from the state. He asked the state to do their part. I didn't think there was nothing wrong with that. Do your part. Don't ask for the federal government to always do that part. You have enough money in your hoppers when it comes to emergency. Use it for the people. We're going to give you $300. You give $100. They didn't do it. Now we come full circle. It come time to negotiate. Nancy Pelosi shoots down Trump deal that offered money on top of the stimulus. Offered a new stimulus, offered a bonus on top of unemployment. She shoots it down because she believes she can get a better deal, hoping that Trump and Steve Mnuchin would cave in because before the elections, when she should have took the deal. Went from 1.2 trillion to now we're dealing with a number close to Mitch McConnell's $900 billion. Went from 3 trillion to 2.2 trillion to 1.2 trillion. Trump met you halfway. And now we're back at 900 billion. That is not good negotiations. And you cannot say something's going to be done in a deal retroactive unless you actually put it in the bill. Or as if you actually put it in a proposal, or if you actually negotiate it. Did Nancy Pelosi negotiate retroactive payment? So far, no. She has no leverage now. Trump is out. Mnuchin is out. Where's your leverage to demand more? So she figured, well, we got vaccines now, and Biden's going to what that got to do with anything? What vaccine being out have to do with anything? Most of the vaccines are still in the trial period. It's not a cure, number one, and it's still There's no conclusion on the vaccine. If you go look up the study, if you study what this vaccine does, there is no conclusion, which means they're still trying it out. They're moved over into trying this out in people. That's all. It's not a cure. It's not going to get rid of coronavirus, even though they make you think it's going to get rid of coronavirus. There's no cure for the coronavirus, just like there's no cure for HIV. But they're claiming the vaccine is going to cure it. Who told you that? Who told you that? Now, let me get off this. It's important to understand that as we go into the close of the month, the moratorium on eviction is going to be gone. So if people who were supposed to pay their rent have not paid their rent, they're going to be in the catch-22. They don't know where they're going to go. And you talking about 6, 7, 8, 9 months of payment. I hope people put their money to the side to do it. But yet at the same time, people who have to deal with the moratorium on eviction, people who have to deal with a mortgage or deal with a rent, they really didn't effectively do nothing about rent payment. The state probably did, but the federal didn't. Most of that stuff was done for homeowners, which was good if you're able to save your money. The problem is most of us end up losing our job, or most of us being laid off or in furlough, and we're in a position where we're only getting half of what we were making, and that's not enough to pay bills. That's not enough to make the ends meet. You're going to have a lot of people that's going to get evicted. It's going to be a mess out here, and it is cold. We had a big snowstorm up here in New York yesterday. It is cold. I got to go out there tomorrow because I got to get some work done myself. Don't want to go out there, but I got to. Cold. It's going to be a cold winter. The economy is still jacked up. People still not working. The COVID cases are going up. Why? I don't know. There's medication for it. There's medication to knock this thing out. They don't want to tell you about it, but I keep saying it over and over again. No stimulus check up to this date. The economy is crumbling. Yes, people are out shopping. People who are primarily still able to work, but the people who are not able to work, they're not going to be able to shop on half of what they made. And if this government do not infuse the people of America with some kind of money, some substantial amount of money, the doggone retail faction of our economy is going to get a big hit. This Christmas is not going to be like a normal Christmas that we normally have because a lot of people are out of work. A lot of kids not going to get any toys. None of that stuff. Parents are going to have to sit there and talk with their kids and say, baby, we're in a pandemic. No toys. We'll make it up next year. A lot of people are not going to have a good Christmas. And I fault these politicians because had Nancy Pelosi took the deal of Trump, we could have had at least another $300 on top of what we made. And you count it from the first week of November when she did that. When they had that last deal about on the 1.2 trillion, that was in October the 17th, I believe. So you got 1 to 2 weeks in October. You got 4 weeks in November. You got 3 weeks in December. We could have had 7 weeks if they passed the deal rapidly. 7 weeks of extra $300 to $400 on top of what you're currently getting in unemployment. That could have went a long way, but we went through a dry spell because she wanted to negotiate all the way until now she's getting trash. We're getting trash now. And then I got to hear all these politicians, even progressives, coming up on TV trying to make excuse for this lame bullcrap of a stimulus package. Congress is nearing a deal that includes $600 checks. Really? You're going to give us half of what we got in the summertime or springtime. You're only going to give us half of what we got in the springtime. Canada has been giving their people $2,000 a month ever since this thing happened. Mitt Romney, a Republican, corporations are people, my friend, dude. He offered a UBI $2,000 a month. Bernie Sanders offered $2,000. He put $2,000 a month. They were just basically mimicking countries who's supposed to be on a lower scale than the United States. We're supposed to be the wealthiest country in resources and in productivity. And we letting other countries outdo us when it comes to taking care of their workers, when it comes to taking care of their people. And the problem that pissed me off is it is not your freaking money. It's not your money. It's our money. We're paying you. We give you enough money that you don't have to worry about health care. You get COVID, you can go get the best of the best treatment. But what about us? You guys can go eat. You can go to the halls of Congress and eat. You can go to any restaurant because of your prestige, and you can get a free meal just to take a picture with the owner of the restaurant or the chef and get a free meal. We can't do that. You want to take a couple more classes? Bada boom, bada bang, don't cost you nothing. What about us? We're paying your rent. A lot of you guys got these high-scale, exclusive apartments in Washington, D.C. You got these big homes. Some of you guys are millionaires. Nancy Pelosi is worth $150 million. You got these nice palatial homes in your home state, in your district, where your people probably not doing that well. And then you got this apartment in Washington, D.C. that we're paying for. And you're going to try to tell us what we should get? What we should get. That's why I'm a fan of ranked choice voting. That's why I'm a fan of ballot initiatives. And that's why I'm a fan of governmental polling. Governmental polling is when you talk to the American people and let them, they decide on what should go forth in this country. Like right now, Medicare for all is 69-79%. That's the majority. If majority of Americans say Medicare for all of y'all need to be making that law. No ifs, ands, and buts, no fighting over it. All of y'all need to make that law. But we got these punk politicians. All right, so stimulus update. Congress is nearing a deal that includes $600 checks. Republican and Democrats are hashing out the final detail. This should not be final detail. It shouldn't. This is pathetic. Another massive economic aid package. Giving us $600 a month, giving us $300 a month employee unemployment bonuses, and maybe extending it out for another 13 weeks. That is not a massive economic package. The massive economic package, these corporations continue to give these bailouts. And they say it looks like a final deal, which should include another stimulus check for most Americans. Unlike the CARES Act, which sent out $1,200 to most Americans, this go-around stimulus checks are expected to be $600. So they done gave all this money to major corporations over and over again. They bailed out everybody under the sun but the people. But when it come down to you, we only can give you half of what we gave you the first time. This is Mitch McConnell's deal. I don't think we should give them a check. We shouldn't be paying them to stay at home. What? Fool, we paying you. Anyway, let me keep going. The package is also expected to send $600 per dependent. So if you're a family of 3, 4, 5, good day for you. But if you're a single person, ain't a good day for you. $600 is not enough. You can make that. You can go on the corner with some dice and make that. You can go out there and sling them things and make that. One night, 2 hours. If that passed, it would mean a married couple with 2 dependents are expected $2,400. That's it. A married couple with 2 kids, all they get is $2,400. That won't even make the rent payment. That won't even catch you up on the rent. Let alone buy something for the kids for Christmas. Shoot, you better have enough money to get some sugar cookies and eggnog. Drew Hamill, the spokesperson for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, you mean the so-called gambler? The negotiator? Nancy Pelosi tweeted last night that Speaker Leader Schumer and Secretary Mnuchin spoke at 10:30 p.m. as part of a series of phone conversations to complete the COVID relief negotiation, and that they would continue to discuss Thursday morning. CNN reported that on a conference call with Senate Democrat Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said Democrats are pushing to get a deal done immediately. Chuck was very adamant about shooting for tomorrow at midnight, said Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin? He's the person that works to get us deals like that. He's not the person that works to get us deal like Bernie Sanders had. $2,000 a month. No medical costs until this pandemic is over with. He don't fight for that. He fight for Mitch McConnell crap. That's why he's talked into this. And if it wasn't for Bernie Sanders and the other senator on the Republican side, I can't think of his name right now. If it wasn't for him, they was trying to give us a package that didn't include no money to us. How are you going to give a stimulus package that don't include money to the American people, and it's the American people who put you to work? If checks are indeed included, the package, if checks are indeed included in the package, eligibility would be the same as the CARES Act, the Washington Post report. That means these stimulus checks will decrease for a just gross income about $75,000 per individual and $150,000 per qualified couple. And the checks would phase out for individuals earning $99,000 plus, head of household filers with one child above $146,000 and joint filers with no children $198,000. Talks kicked into high gear after weeks after Republicans backed off of their request for COVID lawsuit immunity for business being included in the bill. Why are you fighting for your donor buddies to be immune if they force somebody to go to work and they catch COVID? Or they're forced them to take the vaccine and they get some kind of rejection for it. They should be liable for that. The bill is expected to be in the ballpark of $900 billion, Mitch McConnell's number, less than $1 trillion. I'm not signing anything less than $1 trillion, and I wanted to include something to protect the corporations. We got to protect the corporations. I don't like people, and I don't like poor people. I don't want poor people to get a doggone thing. Oh, turtleneck looking. A final agreement rests on one of the two sides working through a deal for items like pandemic unemployment benefit and mortgage and rent moratorium. So they haven't come to a deal for unemployment benefits when that is due after Christmas. I mean, this is sickening, people. I'm so disgusted of our government. I'm going to keep reading. If the last go-around is any indication, the first of the checks will start to be deposited within 2 weeks of the legislation passing. They claim they're not going to go home until they get it done. After the passage of the $2.2 trillion CARE Act on March 27, listen to that, way back then, March 27, $2.2 trillion CARES Act on March 27, Americans started to receive their stimulus check as early as April 13th. The long wait for stimulus checks shouldn't happen this time. Back in the spring, millions of Americans, including those on Social Security, saw their checks delayed until they provided additional information. Since this payment would be based on the same tax year, it is unlikely more information will be needed to be verified, at least among those who received their first round of payments. So the bottom line on this deal, people, is, as usual, your federal government continues to fail you. You bust your behind to get these people elected, and they fail you. In your most time of need, they fail you. It's not a Democrat thing. It's not a Republican thing. It's these uppity, rich, elite people that we keep putting in office. People who probably never, a lot of them never been through what we've been through before. A lot of them wealthy. A lot of them went to school to be attorney, and they never really had to experience that. Maybe when they were in law school or something like that, but they never really experienced it. A lot of them married up. They married billionaire wives, or billionaire wives gravitate toward them. Like your John McCain did, and you got people like John Kerry and all these people. Nancy Pelosi. I can go on and on. They have no real incentive to do anything for you. You know, and if they could have did something, if they could go home right now and not do anything for you until after Christmas, they would have. Thank God for, and I know some people are going to get mad when I say that, thank God for people like Bernie Sanders and all these people who said, look, we ain't going home until, we're not going to yay and nay our way out of this. We're going to stay here until something is done. The problem is, what's being done so far is not enough. Yet, we get numbnuts that come on TV and talk this bull crap.
This is better than the pathetic offer put forward by Senate Republicans that did not include any direct payment to individuals or help for small businesses. It was a plan designed to indemnify corporations against being sued if they brought their people back in ways that were unsafe. How satisfied are you with what you're hearing about a deal right now?
Now, look at this. This is a possible $900 billion COVID relief deal. Possible. $600 per person. Well, Rob, it's better than nothing. Yeah, it's better than nothing, but understand that we have been we're over 6 months without any kind of relief. The unemployment benefits stopped in August. At least that would allow us, people who are unemployed, to buy food, put money back in the economy. It's one thing I learned from George Bush when he started giving people stimulus checks during the end of the financial crisis in 2000. He gave people money and they put it back into the economy. The way you keep this economy going is making sure people got money. It doesn't matter why you worried about how much money is being spent. When you do a budget cut, why are you worrying about the money that is being spent when you do a stimulus package? Your best priority, your top priority to keep this economy going is not giving the money to the corporations, because they don't put money back into the economy. It's to give money to the people. They spend money. People do not have a habit of saving money. They have a habit of spending money. Let them spend money so the corporations can continue to get the money that they need to continue running. Problem with these corporations, they want their cake and eat it too. They want you to give them a bailout, and they want you to give money to the people so the people continue to spend money with them. They want it twofold. But the people spending the money, they don't get a twofold. Now, according to this, stimulus checks roughly $600 per month. Enhanced unemployment benefit. We don't know what that's going to be. Small business loan, rental assistance, vaccine distribution fund. Well, y'all can have that because I ain't taking your vaccine. What's excluded is liability protection and state and local funding. Why are we not able to fund state and local? But let me keep going.
Well, Ali, as you know, what we did in the Progressive Caucus is we united and we said we are not going to vote for a deal that doesn't have direct relief, money in people's pockets. And to us, that is direct relief checks, and it is expanded unemployment assistance. Those are the two things that are the most immediate in terms of getting relief to people who have been suffering. It's been 9 months since we passed the CARES Act, and Republicans have held up any kind of relief over and over again. So we are really thrilled that 48 hours ago there was nothing in the package, and then the offer was, well, we'll put some relief checks in, but we're going to strip it from unemployment. We said no way, and now at least we've got this, which $600 per person, so that would be, if you're a family of four, that would be $2,400.
So she's going to try to smile and make this seem like it's a big deal. So they're going to put numbers on it. If you're a family of four, hope you are a family of four. I hope most of America has a spouse and 2 kids. Are you freaking kidding me? That's not enough money for family of four getting $2,000. $2,400. Are you freaking kidding me? You realize what's a house, the mortgage on a family of 4, let alone a family of 2 or a family of 1 in New York? Got to be kidding me. But she's going to try to make this seem like, and this is a lady who's in the Progressive Caucus, who's supposed to be pushing for Medicare for all, who's supposed to be pushing for a UBI, but I guess we don't push that no more. And now Joe Biden's going to be president and Kamala Harris vice president. I guess we don't push $2,000 a month in Medicare for all. And then you get upset when the people put heat on you, saying either you're going to push it and make it go to a floor vote, or we going to push you out. People not playing no more. We're not playing no more. See, I'm part of ADOS crowd. When I say no black agenda, no vote, I meant that. You didn't get my vote. If you didn't have some kind of agenda for your community or for my community, you didn't get my vote. I voted, but you didn't get it.
So that's $600 for an adult, $600 for a dependent child. And I think that at least that is a little bit that gets people across the line, you know, at this moment when...
For someone with a little child.
A snowstorm is hitting and people don't know if they can keep the heat on. There are single moms who are writing me every day and saying, I don't know what to do if I'm kicked out of my home. There are people writing to me and saying, I can't put food on my table. How do I handle this? And the Trump administration and Republicans in the Senate have been so intransigent isn't sufficient, cruel isn't sufficient, but to...
So that she wants to make this about Trump administration and the Republicans being cruel when it's Nancy Pelosi who messed up the deal. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not giving Trump no credit. I'm not giving the Republican no credit. I'm not. All of these fools fouled this up. All of them fouled this up. You finally got Trump to a position. Trump said Trump was trying to do whatever he can to try to get some help on the election. And you figured that your twist, you didn't want to give him that. Nancy Pelosi sat there and said out her mouth, I don't want to give Trump the opportunity to put his name on the check. That's what it was all about. And now look where we are right now. Because she don't like Trump and don't want Trump to have any kind of victory. And I get it. I get it. We're selling for Mitch McConnell's freaking stimulus package. Minus the liability excuses for corporations during this COVID crisis.
To just be so blind to what is happening to people across this country, refusing.
So is Nancy Pelosi. So is Nancy Pelosi. See, it's not about a Trump Republican thing. It's these wealthy, rich, aristocrat politicians who have no empathy for working people. And they definitely don't have no empathy for black people. That's what it's all about. She, Rashida Tlaib, or Jamila Jayapal, she wants to make this about a Republican Trump thing. No, it's a wealthy, rich people thing on both the left and the right. The left and the right. You take Nancy Pelosi money away from her, and she felt the urgency that we feel, she would have took that deal quick, fast, in a hurry. But because she didn't, look at where we are. Can't blame this on Trump alone, girl. Your team messed up too.
To give help has been awful. So no, it's not enough. We're going to have to come back and do more with the President Biden administration. The reports right now are...
We're going to have to come back and do more with the President Biden administration. Well, Sister, what is Biden playing? Have you heard about what Biden's plan is going to be when it comes to COVID relief in the first 7 days, 100 days? Shouldn't take 100 days. Is he going to do executive order? Because if Mitch McConnell is still in the driver's seat when it comes to the Senate and you lose those 2 races in Georgia and they still have control, Mitch McConnell still could be the crypt keeper. Unless you Democrats know how to put the pressure on other Republicans. See, Mitch McConnell don't have the power to kill a bill all by itself. It's a numbers game. He has 1 vote. The problem is he know how to rally people to vote against stuff. And what you got to be skillful is rally Republicans to vote for what you want, because they have people in their district. I don't care if you got to find a family member that's close to that person and put that family member in that Republican face. You do it. If you got to get an ad out with Mitch McConnell's cousin who's broke, who he claim he love, you do whatever you can. The same thing with Nancy Pelosi.
That if we want to, even in the short term, pull out our economy, defeat this virus, we're going to need to have $3.5 to $4.5 trillion of investment. And part of that is because we've waited so long that the economy's gone so deep into the hole, and 1 million people every week are still filing unemployment claims.
And whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? You guys didn't make it a sense of urgency. You guys didn't want to give it to Mitch McConnell so he can go ahead and put it to a floor vote. So you can run against him on that. So you can beat him upside the head with it. So you can probably get him removed. And other Republicans and even other Democrats like Joe Manchin. Now, Joe Manchin has sided with Mitch McConnell. Him and Mitch McConnell are buddies. This is Joe Manchin, the Republican lightweight Democrat. And instead of we're going for something that Bernie Sanders proposed, we're going for something that Mitch McConnell and Joe Manchin proposed. Now, it's good we got some payments. $600 is better than zero. But don't act like and try to pretty this up like this is a good deal. This is a crap deal. And we the people, we're at fault too, because had we all took to the streets about this mess that this company is doing with us, they're doing a royal screwing on us. No other country is doing that to their people. Canada is taking care of their people. England is taking care of their people. Australia is taking care of their people. Italy is taking care of their people. France is taking care of. So I can go on and on and on. It's this freaking government. And what pisses me off and what's so pathetic about this is these people are playing with our money. We pay the taxes. And they tell you and me how much you should get. No, we should tell you either we're going to get this or we're going to start protesting against you. See, I'm the type of person, look, if I had the power, I said, look, because you did this, we ain't voting for you. And I'll be vocal in the ear of that. That's why when AOC come to town in the next few days, if she make it to town, I'm looking for her so I can get her on record. So I can get her on the record. I want to know why you didn't fight harder for your people. We put you in office, like my mom said, I brought you in, I take you out. I brought you in and I'll take you out. Why did you settle for that first deal? Why you try to act like you didn't vote for it when you really did? Why are you punking out and making every excuse in the book not to get a floor for Medicare for all? Because that's how we're going to start pushing. We gave you all the opportunity in the world to put Medicare for all to a floor vote, to put health education to a floor vote, to put a UBI, whatever, to a floor vote, and you guys didn't want to do it all because you think, well, it won't pass. It's not about whether it pass or not. It's because we want to see if we need to pass somebody behind up out of office. And you got to start somewhere, like I said in my video. People saying that about Dr. King. Civil rights legislation would never pass. This ain't the right time. People will never go for it. We don't have the numbers to do it. Did that stop King from lobbying for it? Did it stop King from pushing for it? Did it stop the boycotts? Did it stop the sit-ins? Did it stop the marching? No. And that's what we need to be doing, American people. We need to be doing all of that and applying the pressure and the heat on these politicians and give them no excuses. Whether they can pass or not, there's no excuses. You need to put it to the floor vote. Why? Because those who reject it, we're going to be pushing them out of office. And if you reject it, guess what? We're going to push you out of office. If a Republican reject it, guess what? We're going to run against you. We're going to primary you in the Democratic Party. Or if you're a Republican and you're not pushing it, we're going to primary you somebody in the Republican Party. That's going to push it. We want people in both parties pushing this. And here we are in the age of a pandemic where we got 300,000 deaths, 60,000 people in California today was tested positive. Y'all want to play these old punk politician games. I know I'm spitting everywhere. $600 is all you guys deserve. Phooey on you. We know it's Christmas. We know y'all haven't had a stimulus check since April. We know y'all haven't had an unemployment extension since August. We know, and we don't give a crap. We don't. And the reason we haven't moved as aggressive as we should is maybe because you guys haven't moved. And maybe some of it is our fault. Maybe it's not. Maybe we haven't been aggressive. And in that, I agree with Jimmy Dore. We haven't been aggressive toward these politicians. We need to bring the heat. Put the heat on you. You go out there and do this. And I don't care nothing about your position on any kind of panel. They gave you that. I didn't give you that. They gave you that. I don't care. I put you in office to legislate. And I expect you to legislate. I put you in office to advocate for the need of your community. And I expect you to do that. And if you ain't doing it, why I need to keep you in there? Like Denzel Washington said on Training Day,
I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me?
I'm writing cases on all you politicians, myself. All you politicians out there. If I don't see you out here fighting for the people and I'm checking you. Get up out my face. Especially when it comes to my people. If you're not aggressively fighting for my people and you're finding some way to blow it off, we got to wait till you get in the office. Man, you don't have to wait. There's people out here. Look at Stacey Abrams. She holds no office and she got stuff done. You can still use a bully pulpit. You can get a microphone and you can start pushing people whether you're in office or not. Man, let the man get a time. Man, let the man get in the seat first. Stop using that as an excuse. Joe Biden need to be on let me tell you something. When Obama ran for office, that man went to other countries talking that talk. What Biden's saying. He wasn't even president. He was president-elect and he went around the country trying to so-called heal the wounds of all this country. Extending a hand. Telling people you got to open your hands up in order for me to shake it. Don't give me that mess. You got to wait till you get in office first. Man, Obama didn't wait till he got in office. He was out there pounding the pavement as president-elect. And you're giving Joe Biden an excuse. Get out of here. I'm telling you. I'm sending notices out on all of you. I don't have a favor. I don't favor a party. I don't favor a person. I only favor a person who do the right thing. Give him a chance. Man, if you've been in office over 2 years, you had a chance to show your advocacy for the people who put you in office. It's not about pleasing those people in Washington, D.C. And I know you got to get along and all that. But remember, they didn't put you in office. And most of you who are in there right now, you didn't get your money from them. A lot of people are scared to go after Nancy Pelosi because Nancy Pelosi, as she claimed to be, I'm a hell of a fundraiser. And y'all act like y'all got to kiss her behind to get money. The same thing y'all did with the Clintons. The Clintons were great fundraisers, y'all kissing their behind just to get that money. Same thing with people about Trump. I'm telling you right now Trump is out of office. Trump is going to be raising money for more Republicans to run for office. And sad to say, it's going to be more Republicans like him. He ain't going nowhere. He's going to be mouth almighty, tongue everlasting, more than ever. He ain't going nowhere until his dying day. He's going to be a thorn in the flesh of the Democratic Party. And he's going to be raising people up just like Bernie Sanders raised people up. He's going to start a PAC, and that PAC is going to be raising people up, and that money is going to go to help them people get elected. Thing is, you guys have been sucking on the dope of money, and you don't know from fellow politicians, the DCCC and Chuck Schumer and all that, you don't know how to go back to the beginning. Remember, it was the grassroots that put you there, AOC and other people. And if the grassroots tell you we need you out there fighting harder, you need to get out there fighting harder. And if we're seeing you on CNN and you're not putting up a fight, if you're not out there pounding the bully pulpit, shaming people, including yourself if you have to, then what's the use? Why are you there? You can pack your bags and go home. We need you out there fighting. Every opportunity where you got a leverage, you need to seize it. You don't look at the leverage that you got over there and say, yeah, I'll use it later. You may not have it later. $600. That's all you are worth, American public. $600. The Democrats, the Republicans, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, they're fighting for us. Get the pluck out of here, man.
You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you.